Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Behind the Wind, Trail Talk. In this episode, Sean Slatter and his son Sam backcountry skin up Little Cottonwood Canyon and ski back down. They talk about the art of skinning and reminisce about a big trip to Africa. We hope you enjoy this episode of Trail Talk.
You ready? You gonna keep up?
Well, if we're gonna have a conversation, you got to stay close.
Dude, you better keep up with me, man.
Well, Sam, I'm excited that you're joining me on this episode. This is going to be fun. This was an idea that our marketing and communications team had, that they wanted to do some recordings outside and really pursuing some of the things that I love. And so this is really a test case and the first of maybe many of these types of episodes. So I appreciate you being here.
I'm pumped. I'm glad to be here.
So
I'm excited.
We've done a lot of episodes where I've talked about my love and passion for skiing, and not only do we do a lot of traditional alpine skiing, but over the years we've started doing a lot of backcountry skiing, and have been on some adventures. We did a whole episode of my trip to Greenland a few years ago and what that entailed, and talked about some of the other adventures in Alaska and other places, and as a result of that, we've had a lot of questions. I mean, I get this all the time. What are you talking about? You ski uphill, and what does that mean to skin? So we thought that this would be a fun way to explain some of this concept. I mean, a lot of people know about traditional alpine skiing, but this concept of skinning was this technology started nearly 2,000 years ago in, they believe, Norway, but other cultures have done backcountry skiing and skinning too. So, but they know that for sure in what's now Norway and Finland, the Norwegians started this concept of skiing, and what they would do is, a lot of this was for transportation, and to get uphill they would take animal skins and put the skins on the bottom of their skis so that they could go uphill. And we're still using this same technology today. And this is in your DNA. I mean, Sam, your background is very Scandinavian, and I like to say that this started with your ancestors 2,000 years ago in Norway and Denmark and Iceland and Greenland and some of the places I've been to and have skied. But it's come full circle back to this backcountry skiing that we do. So but yeah, just for reference, these skins go on the back of your skis. They've got a sort of a sticky adhesive that will stick to the bottom of your skis, and especially when it's cold, you have no problem keeping your skins on your skis. You've got a directional a direction on these skins. So even on a very tall, steep pitch, you can be going straight uphill with these skins and your skis won't move. Also, anytime we go into the backcountry, it's critical that you have avalanche gear. And so we carry an avalanche pack, and in all of our avalanche packs are a shovel. In the event you need to dig out somebody from an avalanche, a probe to help you find that person who's buried. And then we also always carry a beacon that will allow you to find a buried skier under the avalanche. You can put this on transmit or search, and so if, for example, Sam was buried on this uphill, he's got a beacon that he's wearing as well, and I could come within a few feet of him, use my probe to find where he is, and then dig him out. And usually you have, maybe an hour or more to rescue somebody from an avalanche if that happens. In the backcountry, we carry safety equipment, and in the event that there is an avalanche. Okay, what do you think?
Let's run it. I'm for it.
All right.
Feeling
So
good.
the other, I'm the only one in my family that's serious about this. My oldest daughter, Sarah, really was the one that got me into it. But not only do I love being in the backcountry, but I also ski on what's called telemark skis. Also, technology invented in Norway hundreds of years ago. That is it's a turn where you never lock your heels in. So Sam's on alpine touring skis, and the alpine touring skis allow you uphill with our skins on the skis. His heel is free, just like mine, where there's a pivot at the toe that will allow you to glide on the uphill, and your skins will keep you on the snow and prevent you from going backwards, even on a steep pitch, as I said. So I've got the same concept on the uphill, but I don't lock my heel in on the downhill, and we'll talk about that some more when we're in the downhill. So we're in what's called Little Cottonwood Canyon, and in this amazing area above Alta, and this is some of the best backcountry skiing in the world, and the access is just incredible. So I mean, typically by now, we're recording this the last week in November. Usually there's a lot of snow, and we've got a lot of options. This year it's been sort of a slow start to the season, and there is enough snow to ski and skin up and ski down, and that's why we decided to come up here. But we go in a lot of different areas along the Wasatch, and we've traveled to some really interesting places as well. As I said, we've been to Greenland and Alaska and a lot of the Canadian Rockies and other places that are just amazing. So, Sam, a couple of things that you may or may not know. We did a whole episode on when you and I went to Africa. Summer wanted to do this episode and talk about getting ready and then being in Africa. Neither of us had ever been to Africa before. This was something that you asked if we could do together. When Summer and I started putting this together, we didn't know if we were going to be able to do it. They kept closing the borders because of COVID. There was a lot of things that we had to do. I mean, this trip really required a year preparation, and we put it together in about 3 months.
Said it was in the middle of COVID. So I just remember when you said for graduation, for high school graduation, you can go anywhere in the world. And the girls went to Europe, Tess went to, what was it? Where'd she go? Fiji, right?
Fiji.
They all went to crazy places. I wanted to go to somewhere that's like, it was like a boys trip. It's so manly. And so I wanted to go to Africa, go see some wildlife, go see the culture out there. And I just remember thinking like, oh man, this is way more preparation than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was just gonna be a trip. I just remember we had to like go to like a safety class, teach us like how to not die when we're out there, what to eat, what not to eat.
Right.
I don't know, it was just so different, so different than I was expecting. The people were super nice and were super awesome, but it was just very, very different than what I was going to expect. It was cool out there.
Is this a porcupine up here? Look at this.
Oh, no way.
I love this. We've always said that seeing a porcupine while we're skiing is good luck. So here's a little porcupine coming down the trail.
That's funny.
Talking about seeing wildlife. So, I mean, there were a lot of times during your childhood, I mean, that I was traveling a lot. Talk about some of those memories.
Yeah.
And, being gone and...
Remember you being in DC a lot?
Every month.
Always going to DC. Seems like every week. I felt like.
There was a time when I was there a lot.
There every week.
But at least once a month, or maybe more.
And so, I remember you being gone DC a lot. I remember you went to Korea one time.
Yep, that's right.
Went to Korea, went to Singapore, went to, California a lot. I'm trying to remember. Been all over the place. But I remember you being gone forever, and then like come home for the weekends, and we come up and ski.
And that was always the ritual, was no matter what, we skied.
We skied every time.
We skied every weekend.
Ski in the summer, ski in the winter, and boat in the summer. It's always how it was.
Well, Sam, this has been fun. So we're not that far from the summit. I mean, you're doing amazing. You haven't been on skins for over 2 years, and I was worried what kind of aerobic base you were gonna have.
That's messed up.
And it's impressive. You've done amazing. And what a gorgeous night. So,
yeah, I'm sweating.
I mean, we've seen some of the most amazing mountains along the Wasatch on this skin, and it's been fun doing this podcast with you, and appreciate you taking time out of your night to do this skin with me.
Of course.
It's fun.
Glad to be up here.
Yeah.
It's fun. Good to be home. Good to be back.
Fun watching the sun go down in the mountains. And it's super cold. I mean, it's probably in the single digits where we're at, almost 10,000 feet on the mountain. We've gone almost 1,800 vert, and it's almost dark.
Yeah.
And you've done amazing. It's incredible.
I told you got to keep up with me, big man.
I know. Well, Sam, thanks so much for doing this, and glad you're home, and excited to do some more adventures with you.
Yeah, it's good to be home.
All right, buddy.
That's it for today. Thanks for watching Behind the Wind Trail Talk. We truly hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're interested in listening to the full episode, you can go listen on all of your streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple, or Amazon.